You are watching Cyber Chat. That was my intro that I forgot to put in my last video, so sorry about that, but now you've seen it. This video is about a topic that I've seen on multiple forums of people that don't want to learn anything about Cyberpunk 2077 before they play the game. I don't, obviously doesn't affect me. Whatever you want to do at the end of the day is going to be your choice. I just wanted to offer you some input from a similar experience that I had with The Witcher. Now, before I go into that, I want to just say that if this is a feature-based opinion that people have, like if they just don't want to go into the game knowing like how the cars work, how the guns work, how just certain gameplay elements or RPG elements, and that's probably it's a little more understandable for me personally, because like that's fine. You just don't want to know how the game functions. You just want to go into it raw. That's cool. That's surprising and fun, I'm sure. Now, the lore aspect, it doesn't matter to me either. Of course, it's your choice if you want to do it. But I personally went into The Witcher 3 without knowing any lore. And I played through it and I loved the game. And then it prompted me to want to learn more about the Witcher world. So I read the books and I watched the Netflix show, of course. So I went back and played it. And I knew all of this established lore. I understood the characters, I understood the setting, I understood the side conversations that NPCs were having. When Geralt was traveling with somebody, he would talk about a previous event. I understood it because I had learned the lore. And I think that made my second playthrough way better. Well, it wasn't my second playthrough, but you know what I mean. It made my playthrough a lot better because I actually knew what was happening. I wasn't just a stranger playing in the world. I was actually more connected, I guess. So if your opinion, I guess, is going to be to not learn any lore about Cyberpunk, I think that personally, for me, it would be a disadvantage, because there's going to be a lot of things. There's a lot of lore already established because Cyberpunk 2020 has been out for a very long time. And Cyberpunk Red is coming out, which bridges the gap from 2020 to 2077. So not knowing why things are happening, why this is that, why he does this, why who does that, why this is made by this person, and this whole hierarchy system. There's just a lot of things that will help, I believe, immerse yourself in the experience more if you just know kind of what's going on. Understanding side conversations that happen in the game, rather than just talking, like let's say you're V and you're driving with Jackie and he says blah 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 blah, and this happened, and you're like, yeah, your main character just says, yeah, I know. But realistically, he knows. And then you're sitting there like, yeah, of course I know that because, I'm main character. But realistically, you don't. And you have no idea what they're talking about because it's a reference. It's not really a direct, like, learning experience of lore. Unless, if you want to do that, I mean, that's 100% fine. But my personal experience is learning the lore helped make the game better because you feel more connected. And everything actually makes sense to you because you understand it. And it's written already in stone what's happening and what's happened. So that's the end of that. I have a tentative release time video I plan on making in November whenever I come back. Hopefully you guys are still watching, and thank you for being here.